Hi guys, welcome to Manhood Explained. My name is Camille. Today is 16th of March 2020 and welcome to live number 80. Today we're going to talk about basically problem solving, something that I see to be very forgotten or at least underappreciated superpower that we have as guys. Listen, this whole thing is very simple. There are things that we are good at and there are things that our ladies are good at. There's some things that we are much better because of how we're wired, how we're built. And this thing in one of those in us is our being more inclined toward technical things, manual fixing, and this whole kind of shenanigan. Our ladies are better with emotions, with feelings, with all seeing creativity and taking care of people. So that's why much more of them are going towards teaching children, nursery or this kind of stuff, and much more or much more of us are going to go towards engineering, technical stuff, and so on. It doesn't mean that we cannot cross over, but from statistics standpoint, that's something that we're more inclined to go towards. And in that context of solving problems, this is our strength. This is something that we're really good at. And if you want to understand how this whole thing is supposed to be seen as a superpower and to use it to advantage of yourself and your relationship, you need to understand three concepts based on this. First of all, because if we are inclined towards technology and being able to solve problems, you've got to look how we think about it, how we approach it. And most of us, whether you're an engineer or not, maybe you're just good at all of this, you can see that what is our approach is to be as cold as stone. We just basically come, see that there's a problem, then we try to see what's going on, what happened, trying to find the root cause and just propose a solution or just implement the solution. That's a simple troubleshooting, and most of us are good at it. And then when you compare to how our ladies work and how they're wired, they're more towards emotions. They have like two major things that kind of have impact of how they approach situations which might be problematic. First of all, because of their emotions, they kind of become stressed about what happened, or they just see that because something's not working, it's gonna make some problems. And second, they have tendency to go towards creating like what if scenarios. And many of them, especially in this stressful situation for them, they're going to be negative. So if you compare those two, you can see that we're kind of inclined to be better in problem solving than they are, because we can be cold and then straight to the point in comparison to them where they can have this emotional layer on top of it and then this what if scenarios on top of it. Let me show you a simple example. Today morning my wife asked me to come to the bathroom because our toilet stopped working. I just click on this whole thing as is here in Canada, and I say, yeah, but it's not working. So when we talk about this whole situation today, before I was starting to prepare for this whole thing, she used this example. She said, there's a good example, because you know what happened from my side. When this thing happened, I said to myself, oh my God, we're gonna have a problem. I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to even approach fixing this whole thing. So then I start to think, what's going to happen now in this whole crazy situation in the world, in Vancouver, which is starting to happen over here as well. And then I'm close to this time in the month that it's going to be problematic with this not having fixed. And then what's going to happen? What are we going to do about it? I asked you to come, and you just showed up. You just lit the lid up. Look at this. 2 minutes later, it was fixed. No emotions, no thinking, no what ifing. It's just looking at it, fixing the problem. And it's interesting because from my side, when I thought about this whole thing, I said to myself that that's interesting because the toilet is not really a rocket science, so I had no issues with going for this. But many of us will have this interesting tendency that we, even if you don't know if you can fix it, you want to look at it because maybe you'll figure it out. We're not afraid of it. But that's the whole thing about this being inclined towards this technical skills. So that's the first thing. You are kind of born troubleshooter without emotions and what ifs that your lady might have. Because not all of them have, but most of them probably will. That's the first thing. Second thing was you need to understand, which is kind of interesting, that some things that are completely no problem for you, they're going to be a problem for her. Because we are differently wired and we're built differently, there are so many things that she'll find troubling, and she'll have to think about this whole situation, how she has to approach it to make it happen, when for you it's going to be just like right there, not a problem. And it can be connected to your strength. It can be connected to your inability to feel emotions. It can be, it's like going to IKEA. You'll have to buy a desk, bring it home, have this, strength to drag it home, then kind of put it all together. For her, it might be something scary. For you, it's like, it's going to take me some time, but I can do it. It's not a problem. So whether it's strength, your height, so many things. But one thing which basically worked on me today. Let me just show it to you. I don't know if it's going to be visible in the camera. Let me just... Can you see that? This is Spider. And it's not really moving. I don't want him to be stressed. But the whole thing is like, if you're watching this with your girl, she's probably not looking, or she already left the room. Because for them, even this small spider would be something they're scared of. For me, I'm fascinated. I love how creepy they are and how spooky, but at the same time, I just cannot stop, looking at them. That's crazy. I'm just gonna, release him in a few minutes. Yep, I don't kill spiders. I'm fascinated with them. But this small thing, so many of them will have issues with this. So if you have these two things, one, that you're inclined to fix problems with no emotions and so on. Second, there'll be many things that are going to be completely no problem for you. They're going to be a problem for her. And if you combine those two together, it's going to be a great segue towards, problems in relationships, meaning arguments. You've got to understand that some things that will cause her to scream at you, to have emotional reactions, or she's going to cry, is because she's going through something, or she is experiencing something emotionally, which maybe you don't even understand, you don't even feel. It's just like, I don't know. So many of us are making a very stupid mistake to fall for that and start being emotional as well. You're getting angry, you're getting anxious, you start to scream at her as she screams at you. But look at it this way. Think about those two things that we talked about already. You can fix problems without overthinking, without being emotional about it. And then some things are just problems that she has to go through because of her emotions or what she feels that it's important for her, and she goes through that with emotions. So then, if you look at this whole thing like she's going through something is important for her. So if I'm okay, if I'm not emotionally attached to that, let me be helpful. Let me see that this whole thing makes me like a superhero basically in this situation, because I don't have emotions. I know how to fix problems. I'll be able to be good at it. So if she's feeling emotional, let me just go to her and say, "Babe, come on. It's okay. Let us figure out what happened. What do you feel? So how can I help you with this?" And interestingly enough, if you do this once, twice, and you'll see that you are able to help her, and then find a solution. Maybe it's to agree to be much more observant, because most of us, we don't care about many things. We don't see things that they do. But maybe it's something is happening over and over again. It's a good time to make a decision. Okay, I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see this thing, so it won't happen again. It's not a problem. But then if you do it enough times, you'll start to see that you stop basically arguing, because you'll be able to fix every situation and just help her go through this. Whether it's going to be something that maybe somehow caused by you, but maybe the root of the problem is somewhere completely else. Maybe she's dealing with something in her personal life and then everything makes her angry. Or maybe she is, in this time of the month that she can be aggressive. But if you feel, pain and what they're going through, every month, you will be angry as well. So don't have it against them. But you know what I'm saying? When you put all of this together, it looks like we were created basically to be really good at it and be helpful. Not treated that they're stupid, they don't know how to deal with things, just like, oh my god, again. No, just try to sit from her perspective. That she can't understand what doesn't mean that you are, blissfully, kind of completely taken out of her emotional world. You don't see that. And she might have issues with understanding that you don't see that. And that's a bliss for us. So again, you're technically inclined. You are created to see and solve the problems. Be a perfect troubleshooter without emotions, without what ifs that she has. Many things that are not problem for you, they're gonna be problem for her. And then if you put it in context of relationships, it's just a matter of you allowing yourself to see that she's going through something. Let me just help her. And it's gonna change this whole thing. So listen, this is what I want you to take from this video. First of all, you've got to understand that you are in this context, you are a superhero. I want you to be aware of it. I want you to be proud of it. Feel good about it. And 3, play this game right. Because if you do, you're going to change not only your life, but you're going to change your relationship forever. So now, basically go and make your girl fall in love with you again. With this new you, with the new approach. And you can do this by being a loving and caring, problem-solving machine that you're created to be from the beginning. So think about it, do something about it, and basically enjoy, brother. And listen, if you like this video or these videos, great. Just comment, give me a few thoughts. What do you think about it? What did I miss? Maybe you've got some crazy experience about this. If you don't like it, just say something again. Let me just, start this conversation. Maybe I'll be able to learn something from you as well, because I don't know everything, and I never will. So this way or the other, just let's start this conversation. Whether you're going to post it under the video, maybe you're going to, DM me. Just go for it. Maybe I'll be able to help you with something. Just a thought. That being said, see you tomorrow.